you'll get the picture, right? So like stairs here. Actually, hold on. We might be cooking. We might be cooking, guys. Hold on, let's run that. Okay. Yeah. And then all of this down here becomes the outside area. Perfect. Love it. And now it looks, especially if I run shadows over this like that, it looks, yeah, beautiful. We'd love to see it, guys. We'd love to see it. Perfect. Boom. So now it looks like a little sort of it looks like the aqueduct runs underneath it, which is ideal. So we can keep our consistent aqueduct flowing around the outside edge of our city. Um, I have a loop I'm trying to do that like an asset to loop it here, but well, actually I think we can probably shorten this and get away with it. It'll look like it's running downhill, which will allow me to use my arch asset to make it look like the aqueduct runs off this way without like just being lost, sort of. Very nice. Honestly ideal. Honestly ideal. You'll love to see it. Okay, so this like Parthenon Acropolis looking thing is basically done. In fact, I think this whole temple district, I had to work on this a little bit, but I think even this is like, I don't like this roof, so I'm replacing this roof with a darker roof. It's supposed to be like a fire god or something. So we're going for like a basalt look, more metal, industrial Roman, like later Byzantine, like Constantinople kind of Roman. I don't know. Different look. Again, so this is like the palace, the Garage Ninja Palace courtyard here. I actually might do a different stone here. I might ditch the marble. Or I swap the marble here for something else. I've got a couple things in the works. Got this darker marble. Give it a little bit of a different color palette here. Distinguish it. That's not bad. Yeah, we're gonna run with this for a little bit here and just see what we think. I had to rework a lot of these levels. This is a complete rework level. I'll show when we get some people in here later. I'll show what the original level looks like so we can kind of mentally compare it. Let's go with the, yeah. Here we get the white marble. I'll do it for this too. Perfect. That looks super good. I like that a lot. This, I think we can probably. I'd like to get like a mosaic here. I just don't have the asset for it. I'm thinking no, no. I do this, then work like this. No. Okay, well, put a pin in that. Oh, well, let's see, how tall is this one? On this one? Yeah, shadows kind of cook that visually. It doesn't look particularly good there. I have an arch, I haven't keyed it in yet, so I'm just trying to wait it out. Hold on, guys, I'll be right back. It took a little longer than expected. Whoops. Here, 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 and here. Maybe we do some better ones up here. I don't like those statues. Take a peek at that under. See what that looks like. Roll it. I like this a lot, actually. I like these two statues with the twin flames. Yeah, I think that works pretty well. Here and see how this looks. Hmm. Do a little side like little like yeah, like off the main thoroughfare. So you've got like this glamorous road here with all of the marble and like the main thoroughfare, and then these little side neighborhoods of like wealthy-ish housing are all kind of off the beaten path and not marbled. Maybe we've even got some little smaller houses back here. Oh yeah, I like that quite a bit. Good. Get that attention to detail on the roof. I want to add some birds. So what we're gonna do here is add some birds just perched up on the roof. Maybe a crow. I think I got some crows sitting around somewhere. Come on, where are my birds at? I find wildlife really helps sell a vista. Having a couple of crows perched up in a few places, or some pigeons. Not an owl. It's albeit very Roman. That's a good asset to have. I didn't know that was there. Oh, I like those. I'm gonna have to whip those out of here and move them up to the they're in the wrong folder. Actually, sleeping cats is a really good way to keep people out of certain areas I don't want them in. So some other sleeping cats I thought. I'm going to say I don't want someone going back up into this alley during the cutscene. Because the nature of this scene in particular, which I won't spoil here. We don't want people going up into these areas, so you just have the sleeping cat there. And no one actually goes up into those areas. They just sort of look at the window dressing, right? I like this idea of this being like a little thoroughfare, like a little peasant square here, just sort of make this sort of rough and uneven. This area wasn't quite planned out like the other ones. This continue off this way. Scoot this out just a little. Just have this, or better yet, just make it like a solid square, like a literal square. Maybe add a little marketplace here. I think I want a little well in the center of town. I have this well asset. Yeah, I've got a different well though, right? Are these? This is a well. Oh, is this a bath asset? Can I make a bathhouse? That's a good idea. Let's do the bathhouse. Yeah, you need a Roman bathhouse, like for sure. So let's have this water here. We'll have it hop over this river. Maybe we open this bridge up here and let people explore down this way. I don't mind. This area will be explorable later in the game, just not in its current state. But what I do here I can use as a layout for that alternative version. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. I like that a lot. I like the bathhouse idea quite a bit. It's like an open air bathhouse. So like let's get some pillars going. Sort of like haven't used these nearly as much as I thought I would. I haven't been particularly. Maybe we use these as like a little break between the sort of wealthy area and the poor district. And I have some hay or something I was gonna throw in here. I need more decorations, like hay, some things just to make the area look lived in. Your key to making a good tiles, like world, in my opinion, is making it look very lived in and like all these things aren't constructed at the same time, right? Like they each kind of have a separate style, very indicative. Like this is a garden, basically, worshiping a water goddess. So you've got like sort of a green aesthetic. Everything's got vines growing over it. You have palmage, more of an Egyptian style pillar. Um, then you can bounce down lower. Yeah. I like the aqueduct running through the entire map as sort of a connecting point. I like that it runs over the top of the fire temple. I think it looks good. Actually, we can put the bathhouse over here. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll kind of continue the marble path up this way. We have room to expand this way. The level does end here. Doesn't really matter. I have a feeling people who want to explore will kind of go and explore, and people who don't care, they just won't see that stuff. But I don't really care. It doesn't bother me if people don't see something too much, as long as it's not important. And all of this is just, honestly, this is a giant gag. The fact that Garage Ninja dresses in a gray hoodie and sweatpants and shoots fireballs and hangs out with a guy from the hentai village, but his civilization looks like ancient Rome. And also he battles a cyberpunk company. It just makes no sense at all. Like the intention is to have it make zippity zero sense, like not even the littlest bit of sense. And that makes it funny to me. Like kind of like a troll a little bit. I'm a big fan of it. What am I gonna do with all this? I think we're gonna ditch this. We'll have it run into the bathhouse. I think I can add some bubbles to make the bathhouse steaming. Okay, so here, maybe we add a little. You don't want the bathhouse immediately next to the temple. So maybe we have like one nice house. One fancy two-story house here from like a nobleman or something. I don't know what the political structure of the garage into clan looks like, but it doesn't really matter. Just something that looks a little fancy. Okay, so let's start with the basic aesthetic of ancient Rome. Like an ancient Roman house looks something like this. So you would, I mean, so like for a peasant, it would be stacked stone like this, thatch roof or tiled roof, often painted. I think they speculate that a lot of the stuff we see now is actually painted because the paint washed away, but we can find chemical residue recipe. Like a lot of artifacts have chemical residue that you can see they were painted probably a lot like the Greek and Roman vases. So very cool. Um, little history fun fact there for you. But any one of these running here perhaps. Oh, I don't have one running in that direction. Damn it. Everything's always. Oh, here's what I can do. I can fake it until I make it. So we'll have a pillar like this. This is gonna be really cool. We'll have something like that. I need something in between. Honestly, that's not bad. That's not bad. There we go. We'll let people go underneath it. We probably even, honestly, just scoot that up. Looks like that. And if I really want it to look like a rounded pillar, probably can make that work somehow. Kinda, you can see it poking out. Let's try. So maybe instead of changing this one to be round, we change this one. You make this one square. Beautiful. Would love to see it. Although it might actually. That looks good. There, we got it. Perfect. Perfect. That looks perfect. Now it matches the one over here. Bing, bang, boom. We want levels of consistency here. And I have a fountain to put in the center of town here. I just gotta track it down. Give me a bit. All right. Very nice. Let's take a peek. I think I'll make this a shopping district, so these different houses you're seeing here are actually going to turn into little shops. Shopping districts. We'll say housing is like later. Oh, the sleeping cat is beautiful. And scoot that over. Down one, over one, and I think that'll be closer to the center. I'll have to mark out the boundaries of it too, so that I can't just walk right through it, because obviously that makes no sense. That looks good. I gotta fix the roof besides that. Oh, and these. These need to go under these, so they're hidden, but that's fine. Those are all easy fixes. That might actually rival the temple over here, which I think they're both really good. I need to add water here, the little spigot holes here, so there's symmetry. The palace is looking good too, so you come up through the palace here. I think I'm gonna do like a hanging garden situation up here. For those who don't know the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, I mean they probably weren't real. There's a lot of debate about that, but they were like these layered, tiered up gardens, and each level had water flowing from the top. It was a king of Babylon, maybe Nebuchadnezzar II. I can't recall which one it was. Wanted his wife, she was from, where was she from? Either way, it was more green than, obviously Babylon was not green at all. So she wanted a reminder of her homeland. So her king, the husband, who was in love with her, wanted to make her happy, built the Hanging Gardens according to mythology, and it was meant to recreate her home so she could walk through it. And it was one of the wonders of the world. They're apparently destroyed at some point, or they never existed, or they weren't in Babylon. I think that's actually the most likely option. They seem to fit the pattern for another set of gardens that are somewhere else. But anyway, all this to say, the hanging gardens of Babylon are sort of what I'm going for. Nebuchadnezzar, who built the Hanging Gardens? I need to know. Nebuchadnezzar the Second sounds so familiar, but I don't think that's right. Nebuchadnezzar. 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 Is that how you spell that?
Nebuchadnezzar.
Okay, yeah. How about that, guys? I whipped out Nebuchadnezzar the Second out of my brain. That's pretty impressive, if you ask me. Holy shit. Anyway, yeah, so Nebuchadnezzar built the Hanging Gardens. But anyway, so the Hanging Gardens, like this antiquity stuff, this is a level I've had a lot of fun making because it's, I'm getting to basic. Obviously, this is Athens, the Acropolis. This over here is more Hanging Garden. Um, there's a lot of certain places where they use basalt or volcanic rock to build temples. I saw a couple of them recently, and they're really cool. So I wanted to kind of try to match that aesthetic over here for a fire god. You see a lot of the stone on the like archaeological ruins. They look like this. Not so much this red stone, but again, where there's like certain kinds of pumice. I got some. Yeah. Pumice, like you would see made out of stone. It's very light, but it's also breathable. So I think it would help vent a house. I don't know how stable it is, but they built houses out of it occasionally, and you can take a look at it. So yeah, really cool. Anyway, that's really history with Bjorn, episode 1, off the cuff, from memory. Holy hell. Okay, let's go back to constructing this thing. I like the way this is turning out. So I think I want to make these little shops, these little things over here, a little shopping area, like a little shopping district. Maybe I turn this canopy thing here. I like the way this looks. Yeah, I got some chickens in a cage somewhere. Maybe we want some market stalls, like all running through here. So like we take these sort of like that. I have some that face forward, but they're placeable. So let's whip them out. Let me find them. I gotta label everything better. Yeah, I have so many assets just because I never know what I'm gonna need. I jumped into so many different styles. I never know which one I'm gonna need at a given time. It's a bit of a problem. So I got cyberpunk shit. I got retro wave, vaporwave shit. I got, obviously a lot of antiquity, a lot of fantasy, a lot of Middle Eastern. Like it's. I went through so many different styles making this game because I was bored by just doing one kind of fantasy. I wanted to do, what you're going for. Might as well just make them all. But anyway, let's see. I feel like I definitely have those. Where are they? I feel like I definitely. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I can place trees this way too. I don't even need the huh. Whoops. There we go. Part of them. Well, let's say this guy's got some wares laid out. See if I can get these. He's selling. He's selling stuff. Hopefully, that's nicely covered by the tent, and then I can have a little spot. He's standing. He's hawking his wares. Under here, maybe they got. Yeah, that'll look good. They got some like vases. Maybe he's selling wine. He'll stand right here on the corner next to the wine ampli. There's some barrels. We'll use this as a temporary asset, like right back here. Or better yet, right here. Yeah, that's good. Right here. And he can stand right in front of it. I'm selling wine. What's gonna do these? I was kind of thinking of going for like a Roman steampunk aesthetic, just like to mix strange things together. But the more I think about it, the less I think I want to go for that aesthetic. The more I want to go for an actual Rome look. I think it's more what the fuck to have Garage Ninja literally just exist in Rome. I think it's such a funny joke because like you got a main character who looks literally like completely. I mean, it's me in the clothes I showed up to record the first sketch, so like it's a complete non sequitur. And we want to scoot that up just a little bit, and then it should cover up nicely. What the fuck is happening here? That looks pretty good. It's right in the middle, basically. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Scooch it one over, and it's perfect. Okay. Oh, now it looks really off this way. Damn it, there's no winning. 1, 2, 2. What? 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Fuck. Maybe if I. That's what I'll do. Okay, problem solved. Oh yeah, I need to check the other thing too. How's this turn out? That looks much better. Beautiful. And you can have a guy like standing here hucking his wares. Maybe her. I don't know why she's still running around. She's a remnant from an old build. Does she even say anything? Ah, she just walks around. Lovely. You love to see it. This temple looks absolutely swank, bro. This looks so good. The two statues out front really pulled the whole look together, to be honest. This is one of my better design levels, I think. Trying to think which one I like better. It's also not done yet. It's going to be a rather large level. For how little I'm using this level in the actual game, I have spent an inordinate amount of time on it. But I want it to look good because it's kind of an important level for the lore and like the character development. And it's a place we revisit like 3 or 4 times. I think I'd really have to think about that. We revisit it 3 times. And then you can come back and explore it. Not in this state though. This state is only for one level so far. I might add something else with it later. Maybe a flashback just to reuse the map. Don't know. Yeah, actually, I just came up with a really good spot to put a flashback level. So we'll build this map with the intention of reusing it twice. Perfect. That way it's not wasted time. That's not wasted time, but like that way it's not time that could be better spent on a better part of the game. I think this level to me feels like it's kind of important for very specific reasons. Wait, why is that now doing that? Oh, there. The other half of this is going to be really fun to design, though. So I'll talk about this. I don't know if anyone's even in here right now, but I'll talk about what the idea with this level is. Eventually, we're gonna have 2 bits. The first bit is gonna be the level as is. Then there's gonna be a level where it's being actively destroyed. So this is the Garage Clan, obviously. So like when the Disney people attack, you'll get to see the slaughter happening, and the context of it is it's an illusion being tricked on being played on Garage Ninja. These adults. Sorry guys, I'm checking something real fast. Anyway, and then the last time you'll see it is when it's like been abandoned for 10 years, however long it's been since it got destroyed. And Garage Ninja and Hinterman have to come back here to get something. Garage Ninja buried right here at this tree. So that'll be the last time we get to see the level. So each time you get to see it in different states. This is at its height. as it was before it was, fucking destroyed. So obviously, in my opinion, the most interesting. Uh, I am gonna have to end stream in like 10 minutes though, because I have prior engagement. So I think I'll do this again tomorrow, maybe if I have time, if it's an option for me. This. So I think for the Grand Palace, we're gonna go with this very spectacular gold. Maybe I don't know if this aesthetic fits Rome. I got some more material I've added to this. This is an outdated tile set too. All right. Well, I think I'm gonna end stream real fast.